Amelia Mary Earhart, born on July 24, 1897, in Atchison, Kansas, was a trailblazing American aviation pioneer and author. Her life was characterized by an adventurous spirit, a relentless pursuit of breaking barriers, and an enduring mystery surrounding her final flight. Early life and the call of the sky. From a young age, Amelia displayed an independent and unconventional nature. She enjoyed activities typically associated with boys, like climbing trees and exploring. Her first significant encounter with aviation came in 1908 at the Iowa State Fair, though she was initially unimpressed by the rusty wire and wood of the biplane. Her path took a turn during World War I when she volunteered as a nurse's aide in Toronto, Canada, caring for wounded soldiers. This experience, witnessing the fragility of life, deeply impacted her and instilled a desire to live fully. After a brief stint in pre-med at Columbia University, she moved to California to be with her parents. It was there, in December 1920, that a 10-minute airplane ride changed her life forever. "As soon as I left the ground," she later recounted, "I knew I myself had to fly." She began working various jobs to fund her flying lessons, eventually purchasing her first plane, a yellow Kinner Airster biplane she affectionately named the Canary. In 1923, she earned her pilot's license, becoming one of the few women in the world to hold such a credential. Rising to prominence. In the mid-1920s, Earhart moved to Boston, where she worked as a social worker at Dennison House, a settlement home for immigrants. However, her passion for aviation continued to grow. Her public profile dramatically increased in 1928, when she was selected to be the first woman passenger to fly across the Atlantic. Although she was not at the controls, the flight brought her immense fame, earning her the moniker Lady Lindy in comparison to Charles Lindbergh. She leveraged this newfound celebrity to advocate for aviation and women's roles within it, writing a book, 20 Hours 40 Minutes, and embarking on lecture tours. Determined to prove her own piloting prowess, on May 21, 1932, Earhart achieved a monumental feat. She became the first woman, and only the second person after Lindbergh, to fly solo and non-stop across the Atlantic Ocean. Battling icy conditions and mechanical issues, she flew her Lockheed Vega from Harbour Grace, Newfoundland, to a field near Londonderry, Northern Ireland. This courageous flight earned her the Distinguished Flying Cross. Later that same year, she set another record by becoming the first woman to fly solo and non-stop across the United States. Amelia Earhart was a passionate champion for women in aviation. She was instrumental in founding and serving as the first president of the 99s, an international organization for women pilots. She also worked as an aviation editor for Cosmopolitan magazine and became a career consultant at Purdue University, which helped fund her ambitious aircraft. In 1931, she married publisher George P. Putnam, but famously referred to their union as a partnership rather than a traditional marriage, emphasizing her independence. The final flight and enduring mystery. Earhart continued to push the boundaries of flight. In 1935, she became the first person to fly solo from Honolulu, Hawaii to Oakland, California, a challenging trans-Pacific journey. Her ultimate ambition was to circumnavigate the globe at its widest point. On June 1, 1937, she departed Miami, Florida, with navigator Fred Noonan in a Lockheed Electra 10E. They successfully completed approximately two-thirds of the journey, covering 22,000 miles, before reaching Lae, New Guinea on June 29. The next leg of their flight, on July 2, 1937, was the most perilous, a 2,556-mile journey to Howland Island, a tiny, remote speck in the vast Pacific Ocean. Despite efforts by the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca to provide radio navigation, communication was sporadic and unreliable. Earhart's last known radio transmissions indicated they were low on fuel and unable to locate the island. "We are running north and south," she reported. Then silence.
An extensive search operation was launched by the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard, but no trace of Earhart, Noonan, or their aircraft was ever found. On July 19, 1937, the search was officially called off, and they were declared lost at sea. Legacy. Amelia Earhart's disappearance remains one of the most compelling and enduring mysteries of the 20th century, fueling countless theories and investigations. However, her legacy extends far beyond her